Hello everybody and welcome back to my Visual Bukkit tutorial series where I will be teaching you how to make Minecraft plugins using Visual Bukkit. Today starts the new series of tutorials where we will be doing chunk claims and things like adding your friends to your claim and I don't know, like kicking users from your claims, protecting blocks, whatnot, all that good stuff. So the first thing you're going to want to do is create a new project. I've done that, called it chunk claims _ tutorial. And now you're going to want to do plugin components, add, let's call it plugin enable. And we'll put it to plugin enable, press OK. And we are going to get the method of Java plugin and save default config this plugin. So there we go. That is that. And believe it or not, this is all we're going to need for our plugin enable. So next we're going to go to plugin settings, build, open folder, and you'll get this folder right here. Press new, text document, Control A, let's call it config.yml, and make sure it looks exactly like that. So press yes, and then inside your config, we are going to, we're going to write a few things. So let's write first a comment that says decides how many chunks a player can claim per one authority level. And basically, the authority level is going to be used to decide how many chunks a player can claim. And each player will have their own assigned authority. But right now we're going to say chunks per authority, and I'm going to set it equal to 8. And then we're going to say another comment that says stores, let's say chunk, let's call it claim data, and we'll just say, we'll call it claims, and then we'll do stores each individual player's data. And that will be players. Now press Control S, exit out of that, exit out of this, and this. Next, what we are going to do is get a player join event. So we're going to go plugin components, add, call it player join event, event listener, okay. Right here, type player join event. And we are going to do a local variable to start. So set local variable, let's call it player. And this will be the player object that we get from the event. So the class will be player join event, get player, and then current event. So just like this. And now we've got the player. So we're also going to need the unique ID string. So we're going to do player UUID string. We're going to insert a method of class UUID, say toString, insert a method here, and we're going to get the class of player, and then get unique ID. And then here we'll insert our variable, which is player. Just like that. And then we are going to set another local variable that is the path to our data for this player. So we're going to do string concatenation, insert string players dot, and then insert a variable, and this will be our player UUID string. And then we're going to set another local variable, which is the players section in our config. So we're going to do insert method configuration, which is org.bukkit.configuration. Get configuration section, insert a method, say Java plugin, get config this plugin, and we'll insert as the path just players. So players, and next we're going to write an if statement. So let's do if if is equal no, actually let's do is null. So is null. So if, and then if the player section is null, so player section, then what we're going to do is we're going to create it. So we're going to do method configuration create section, copy this, paste it in here, and the string will be players. So write players, and then we're going to save the config because we just made a change to it. So that is with Java plugin, save config, this plugin. And after this if statement, we are going to set a local variable that says player section. Actually, we can just copy this one. So we're going to re-get the player section just in case it's just been created and didn't exist at first. Because if this doesn't exist, then it's going to be null down here and that'll cause errors. So if the player section is null, we create it and then we reset the variable to the newly created section. And we're going to do another if statement, set it to negated, and then we're going to insert a method of configuration. Let's do contains string, and we'll copy this, paste it in here, and say insert string. No, let's delete this. Insert, I meant to do insert variable player data path, and that's what we have up here. So if it doesn't contain the players.player unique ID, then what we're going to do is create some new data. So we're going to do a method where it does configuration, create section, copy this again, paste it in here, insert, actually, Yeah, no, this will work. Okay, so configuration, create section, and the path will be you know what? We might want to do this a different way. Let's do configuration section. So where is that configuration section right there? Create section. And then the create configuration section is going to be our variable players section. And the path will be the other variable, which is player UUID string. So if this doesn't exist up here, then we're creating it. And then we're going to do another method, which will be configuration. Let's do set string object. Copy this, paste it in here. And we're going to do string concatenation. Insert variable for the first string, do player data path. And then insert a string dot authority. And this is basically creating a new, what's going to be a variable, but it's a value in our config file called authority. So basically it goes so it goes configuration set, gets the player data path, which is this players dot, then the player's unique ID. So player data path dot authority is equal to, then we're going to set a number, and this will be the default authority that a player starts with. Let's set it to 1. And then we're going to do another method, which is again configuration. So configuration set string object. Copy this, paste it in here. And then we're just going to copy this, paste it in here, but instead of authority, I'm going to say claimed chunks. And this will be the number of chunks that they have claimed. And currently, since they just joined, we are going to set it to 0. Just joined for the first time, so we set it to 0. And then we're going to do method. We might as well just copy this one. Copy it and then paste after. And instead of claim chunks, we're going to say territory. Actually, let's do claim. And this will be their what the player names their region of claimed land. So instead of a number, we're just going to insert an empty string like that. And next, we are going to set one more value in here. So paste after. Instead of claim, we're going to call it current claim. And this will be where the player physically is in the world. So if I'm standing in a claimed region, this will be the name of the claimed region. Right now it's going to be a blank string. And then we're going to say method, Java plugin, save config, this plugin. And that is really all we need for the configuration setup. This will, when a new player joins, it'll generate data into our config. And so that'll be the end of episode 1 for this tutorial. And I will get back to you guys in episode 2. Hope to see you there. Thanks. Peace out.